Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again, back with my post-fight video on Ilima-Lei Macfarlane versus Kate Jackson. This is for the flyweight title, of course, and this was a hell of a performance by Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. She was able to pull off a dominant victory over Kate Jackson. First of all, I got to say shout out to Kate Jackson because, I'm a fan of hers. I've been a fan of hers for a while, and I actually kind of wanted to see her pull this off and, win the title, because she's a tough opponent. And, she's a tough fighter. I've been watching her before she was in Bellator, even before she was in Tough House. And I was like, kind of been a fan of her style, over the years she's kind of been developing and, making a statement with some solid wins in Bellator. But Macfarlane definitely showed that there's levels to this. She definitely showed that in this fight. And she really just outclassed Kate Jackson all the way. She dominated her for 5 rounds. I was going to say it was similar to Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Durandame, but this was a little bit more dominant because Kate Jackson couldn't really get anything done, even on whether it was striking or to the ground with Macfarlane. Because right away in the first round, whenever Macfarlane got Kate Jackson into the clinch, you could see the difference in the strength. And when she got her into the clinch and positioned her and landed that big knee to the Kate's nose and the blood started pouring, I already knew this was going to be a long night, man, or could have been a short night. This could have been her first stoppage loss, but Macfarlane was able to get her down and just land these heavy elbows on her and just control the round. She even stood Kate back up with the guillotine, and even when she didn't even get the guillotine, she used that moment to land some heavy knees to the body. And it wasn't until that last part of the minute of the round that Kate was actually able to get her distance back and try to exchange a few strikes with Macfarlane. But like I said, Macfarlane, she was getting the better of it because, the strength was there. And she could tell by the body language of Kate Jackson that, Kate didn't really want to engage. Because there were some times in there where Kate didn't really look like she was committed to, trying to make, make this a distance fight where she could, kind of build a lead or kind of find out what what Macfarlane's working with, as far as her striking. So this was a pretty easy round for first round for Macfarlane. But going by even like in the second and third, Macfarlane was just like landed some good right hands over the top of Kate and just firing off more strikes where Kate wasn't really opening it up. She would never really get a jab going. So Macfarlane was just kind of muscling her way into the clinch, behind some good flurries and just dogging Kate on the fence, just dogging her. And Kate was having a few moments, but not even like big moments, but just when she would let her hands go, but she wouldn't capitalize enough. Like there were times whenever she would push out of the clinch and she would land these big elbows, but she wouldn't really commit to it or follow it up with anything. So Macfarlane would just dog her. She wasn't really faced by any of these strikes and just continue to take her down and kind of pin her with one arm and even just get some work in with the one arm. So all around she was just controlling these these rounds with just good work on by pinning Kate down. And even in the fourth round, again, Kate Jackson, to me, I feel like she wasn't really opening up and trying to find a rhythm. By the fourth, she should have been trying to work a good jab or like a good front kick, use her length, but she was never really using like a jab even to like switch levels to set up her own takedowns, because I was really feeling like if Kate was going to win this fight, she was going to have to land something big up top, a few times in the early rounds, and then maybe take Macfarlane down and then try to, get some ground and pound on Macfarlane. But Macfarlane, like I said, her levels are different. She was just too strong for her. And every time Kate was backing up, she would just, jab her way in or bust, quick to bust her up and then just like take her straight to the ground. Up to the last round, Kate, she opened up with some more movement and just fewer strikes, but these strikes, they were really missing their mark. There was a lot of air shots, and Macfarlane easily came in with the more heavy, accurate shots. Like a lot of these shots weren't even like precise. She would just land some like clubbing shots and close the distance and kind of, going back into that clinch. And once again, even in the last round, she flattened Kate out on the ground and had the full mount and just started unloading bombs on Kate. Kate was really getting hammered in those last seconds, and up to that, last minute of the round, she was really getting banged out, and the ref, almost looked like he would have stopped it. Looked like he was going to stop it, but it was like 10 seconds left. So Kate weathered that storm and was able to make it out of this fight without getting finished. But if that stands for anything, Kate Jackson shows you how tough she is. But as far as like her level in this fight, there was just so many missed opportunities for her. Macfarlane was just the better grappler. She was better with her stand up, not even really having to set up her jab. Like I said, she could just push her way in on Kate Jackson in this fight, because like Kate was, to me, looked like her body language was a little tentative, and she was kind of intimidated by the power of Macfarlane. So every time Macfarlane would push her way in, she would just come over the top with the right hand and just grab with a double leg takedown. So yeah, man, it's just levels to this game, man. This was a very dominant performance for Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. I can't say it was like really, really competitive, where Kate Jackson made it a hard fight for, but Kate stayed in there. She stayed in there, but I feel like, she didn't fight her hardest or really, set up a good jab or really try to get her striking going or use good takedown defense in this one. But like I said, man, there's just levels to this, man. Shout out to both fighters, shout out to Kate Jackson, shout out to the champion, of course. From here, I would like to see her fight Juliana Velasquez next. Juliana, she's definitely an opponent that can pose a threat for her and give her some good work in there. That's definitely gonna be a good style matchup. So I'm really looking forward to that. And now that I'm gonna do a video of this later, but Liz Carmouche, she just signed a multi-fight deal with Bellator, so that fight could happen too. Ilima-Lei Macfarlane versus Liz Carmouche, that could be in the cards. But last Saturday they definitely had some good flyweight fights, man. Even Friday. I think the ladies really been putting it down, like I said. Definitely they're riding up there with the UFC women's flyweight division. Outside of like Valentina Shevchenko, all these ladies, they're really mixing it up on a very competitive level. It would be dope if they had like a cross promotion where these ladies could mix it up, man, because I think there's a lot of Bellator ladies that could air out some of these UFC ladies. Not being harsh, but I'm just saying, like, everybody's so focused on UFC, but they're not looking at the ladies over here in Bellator, what they're doing. There's a lot of good strikers over here, a lot of good grapplers over here, man. So yeah, man, but that's all I got on this one, guys. Like I said, it was a good championship fight for Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight, who you want to see her face next. Do you want to see her face Juliana Velasquez next? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.